Hi everyone, it's Liz from Crafting with Nani. Just coming on live. It's a Friday. If you see that red live button, that means we're live. And if it's not red, then it means that you're watching a replay. And that's okay. If you can just hashtag replay on it, then I can go back and read your comments. I'm just gonna go on the computer for 1 second and see if I can bring myself up, so in case I lose comments, I can see my comments over on my computer. And then that way it'll be a little bit easier for me to read the comments. But oh, there, that one actually went easy this time. Sometimes it takes forever to get it. So, hi Mary, thank you for coming on. And Roberta, thank you for coming on. Carol, hi, how's your Friday going? And Angie, thanks for coming on. So I'm going to start a new journal today, and this journal is going to be a princess journal, and it's being made for my aunt to give to her granddaughter. And hi Linda Martin, thank you for coming on. And Debbie, thank you. And I hope everybody can kick our cow patties out. It's getting kind of, we got a lot of patties over here that we need kicked out. Hi, Jamie. Thank you for coming on. And, oh, Alex, you said your name last night, and I got to write it down. I'm so bad with names. I know it's not Alex. That's your son. I want to say Cheryl. Was Cheryl right? No, maybe not. But, hi, Janet. Okay, so Janet Moffat is my aunt. She's watching. And this is going to be for her granddaughter. It's kind of going to be like a little bit of just all different princesses and just something for her to give to her granddaughter, for her granddaughter to find some keepsakes that Janet supplied me with. And we're just going to make it really super cute and special for her. So, and then I'm going to show a couple of things that I dyed because it's been raining, and you know what happens when we play in the rain? We have playing that red dirt, and I was out making red dirt everything. Hi, Carol and Roberto, Petro and Mary, Debbie. Thank you all for coming on. So I'm going to turn the camera down so we can see what we're going to do. We got to take apart the golden book. That's always fun to do on a live, right? So we'll see if we get how far we get and taking the book apart and putting it together. So I am gonna just turn the camera down so you're not literally looking at me and we're looking at what we're working on. I'm gonna try to do it without dropping you. Dropped you one time. So now I'm gonna read my comments off of my laptop so I can see. Hi Angie, thanks for coming on. Oh, I did get it right. It was Cheryl. All right. One for me. Yay. Okay, so the best way to take apart a golden book is to find where your staples are and get a butter knife. Butter knives seem to work really good. And so I'm just kind of looking through, and I'm going to like kind of peek and see where the staple is. You can feel it right here on the back, and this one's actually pretty high over here on this side. So we're going to try and find it. We're trying to not damage any of the pages because we're going to go ahead and put those pages in. So I'm just going to lift up and try and see if I can get my knife down in where that staple is and try and pry it up without doing too much damage. And we're just gonna go on the back and we're gonna see where it is and try and get it to pop. Sometimes you got to be a little bit strong with it. I do have 2 more books in case this one really gets damaged, which I'm hoping it doesn't, because this is the best out of the books. And the other 2 books I'm going to use for ephemera. So that's there. Let me turn it around this way and see if I can pop it up. Sometimes they go really super easy, And then sometimes they're a little bit harder to get open. But you just can't be afraid, and you just kind of have to take your time. And I can feel that staple there. So let's see if I can take a pair of pliers here and see if I can open it up. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for coming on. I'm just trying to protect this tape on the edge of the book as much as I can. There's a little bit of a tear there, but that's okay. So I'm just going to pull this one up and pull that one up, and then we'll glue where we need to glue. And we're going to cover some of it anyways. So now we should be able to get it to pop out. We're listening for that pop. This one is really being a little, there we go. So we got that first pop, and we got that one. So woohoo, we did that. So that was the hardest part. Well, actually the hardest part is getting it out on the other side. So there's no glue involved on this one that I can see. So we're just gonna pop up the actual story. And we're gonna put that back in the book. Let me see if I can straighten the staple up a little bit. So has everybody had a good Friday so far? So now we have the story intact. We're going to keep it that way so I don't lose which page is which for right now. And now we're going to try and get these staples out. Now I do know that there are some people that just clip it and leave it in, and there are some people that want to take it completely out. So we're going to see if we can cut it and see if we can get it slid out. So I have like a little fine, it's kind of, you know, like a little razor sharp edge there. I'm just gonna find where that staple is and just barely slice where the staple is. And we'll see if we can get the staple out without doing too much damage to the spine. And then we'll be able to glue it. And sometimes I just let the table do the work by letting it push those staples out. So I leave those in. And then it kind of, sometimes it'll pop right up. This one does not want to pop up. Let's see if we can get it out. Like I said, some people actually leave it in. I don't really want to leave it in. It's almost like this staple is bent in here. So we'll just keep taking it out. Hi, Judy. Thank you for coming on. We're just trying to take this staple out of this little book here that's given me some trouble. It's funny because last time when I did it, I didn't have any trouble at all. This time it's like really stuck in there. See if we can get there we go. Well, we did manage to tear that a little bit, but that's okay. That's what they make glue for, right? And I was going to put some lace on it anyways. So we got that staple out. Ooh, look at that baby. I'll put that in the trash can. And we will have to glue that back a little bit, but I think it'll be a little bit, it should be okay. We'll just put a little bit of glue. So we'll do the same thing to this one. I don't need my butter knife anymore, I don't think. And I'm just kind of trying to cut along where the staple is. And we'll see if we can get this one to pop up. We'll see. It's being a little bugger too. I think whoever built this book did not want you to take it out. And we'll have to glue that back down. But I'm not going to panic over it. So we got that one out. So now Janet's granddaughter won't get attacked by the staples. Let me put this away. Let's see. Hi, Tony. Thank you for coming on. And Jamie, Judy. How's everybody's day going? Mine's going quite well. It's been raining here in West Texas, and I had to go and run out to the post office to put out a couple of orders that I got, and it was definitely raining on me, and then I had to go to get my horse some feed. And so I got my hair washed by the Lord today. I can't get this out. Let's go ahead and... How many of you guys got to see the Memory Decks event that I was on last night? That was so fun. It was a nice event. So I'm just popping a little bit of this glue just to hold down this foil, and kind of where it tore just a little bit. And it should dry, and we probably won't even know. We're gonna cut it anyways in half. So it's like, I'm really trying to protect it, but then I'm just gonna turn around and cut it in half anyway, so. I don't know. I don't know why we do things. Yeah, it was a fun event. It really was. Okay, so now we're going to take the spine and we're going to cut it in half because we need to make it a 2-inch spine. So we can put 2 signatures back into it. So here's the spine that I pre-measured and then I scored. And so we want to add this spine to this book. So I've got to cut it in half. And I don't think this is going to work because I think it's going to tear it more than it's going to cut it. It's not a very good... So I'm going to try and see if I can cut it on with my cutter here. And we're just going to cut it in half, hopefully. Yep, that's what we did. So we spared it, but we cut it. So it doesn't make real much sense, does it? You're in Texas, Tony, whereabouts? I'm in just outside of Abilene. And, it was pouring earlier. It's not raining right now, but it definitely looks like it wants to rain again. So I was looking all over in my scrap stuff. Yeah, Jamie, you did a good job last night. I got to see you last night. And Maritza, thank you for coming on. And so I want to cover this spine. But I was going through all of my scrap material, and I'm like, gosh, I don't have any princess material at all. I mean, I don't really have little, well, I have great grandkids that are little and stuff, but I did find from when my sister-in-law and I were quilting and stuff, she had this material. And it kind of reminds me of, you know, it's old hat boxes and stuff like that. So that's kind of something I think a princess might have. So I want to cover this in this material. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this and this, and that will give us that spine that we're looking for. And I was going to... I was thinking about putting some felt on it, but the last time I did that, it made it too, it really did make it too thick to do it. So I want to cover the wings too, because I'm hoping to get enough of it to go down the center of the spine as well. So I'm going to take care to not waste, as you know, normally I would just chop, chop, chop. You love that fabric? I do too. I wish there was more of it because I would have covered the inside of the book with it. But there's not quite enough to cover the whole inside. So this is the best I could do with that part of it. And so I'm trying to, I kind of want to get this big hat box on that spine as much as I can. So I'm just going to take my fabric tack and we'll start with this, and I'll just kind of start gluing this in, and then we'll just see how we go. So. Okay, Tony, so you're near Dallas-Fort Worth. You guys got a lot of rain, didn't you? Or you guys got some good flooding. I thought on the news I saw a whole bunch of flooding. Then I think Houston got some flooding. But, at least the news was saying you guys got some flooding. We have some flooding, but not that bad. Not that you can't pass. Because I was able to take my car into town today to get feed for my horse and stuff. And it's so funny, as I was thinking, I was driving down the street, and there's my tool. Somewhere on my desk, there it is. I have a little spatula thing I use to put the glue around with. But anyways, I was driving to get the feed, and I was thinking, no wonder they talked about take the high road or take the low roads. It's like, when I was driving, I was mindful to take the high roads so I wouldn't be in the floods. I thought, that's where that saying came from. It's funny what you think about when you're driving, but yeah, it was lots of big puddles and lots of stuff. And then I don't think it was yesterday. It was Wednesday. My daughter and I went to go work out. We do hot yoga together, and there was a lot of puddles, and I'm telling you, she was such a good girl, because there was a huge puddle, and there was 3 worker men that were standing there, and she said it took everything in her power to not dust those men. I thought, you did pretty good, girl, because I thought for sure she was going to do it. So I'm just covering that. And so now we have it kind of covered, and I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and cut this. And I really want to use my good scissors, but I don't want to get any glue on my good scissors. So I am going to come out here just a little bit. And then I think we'll have enough to cover the inside of this spine. Apparently I can't cut straight and talk at the same time. Let's get rid of those scissors, because I don't want them to have any glue on them. So. Yes, I actually, once this spatula right here, and it's a Cricut one, and once the glue dries on it, it just peels right off. It's kind of fun to peel it off too, but it comes off really easy because it's like that tin or metal or whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more glue right here, just so it's all glued down. This is on the inside, but I still want it to look pretty, because like I said, this is definitely going to, and I'm not sure when she's going to give it to her. She'll have to say, Janet, when are you going to give it to her? So I'm just trying to make sure that my bend is still here, and it is, and I forgot to do the insides. Darn it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this back up just a little bit, because I wanted to tuck in that corner. Can't believe I didn't do it. Kind of wanted to do it like a package, but I forgot. I got to talking about that flood, and I just slipped to my mind to do it. So where's my other scissors? We'll fix it though. There's nothing, it's just a journal. There's nothing we can't fix. So I'm just tucking that in, just so the edges will look nice. And I will, kind of like you would do a package. So this is a little bit too big. And I will tuck that in. I guess I should put it down so you can see. And we'll just take some glue and we'll tuck that right there. And then we'll do the same to the other side. Oh, she's going to give it to her on her birthday. Oh, November, good. I thought you said May 4th. I'm like, it won't be done May 4th. November 4th, yes, it'll be done by November 4th. And Janet's supplied me with some really cute stuff to put in it. And so we have that edge done. Now we got to do this side. I really wish I would have remembered to do it, but like I said, it's okay. It is okie dokie. It is okie dokie. But Janet's little granddaughter is so precious, and she loves to wear little cute princess outfits that her grandma buys her. And she sent me a video of her little granddaughter playing or singing along with one of the characters. So even though this is Snow White, there will be other princesses in here. I am holding it up just so I could get this tucked in here, and my fingers are now very glued. Don't do it like I'm doing it. Do it the way it's supposed to be done, guys, okay? Make sure you get your corners in first and your edges, so that way you don't have to do what I'm doing here. And if I had enough material, I probably would have just started it over, but I don't. So. But it will work out. It will all work out. So we have this side done now. So now we have the spine done, and we just need to make sure that we have it facing the right direction from now on. She'll be 4. Wow. See, Janet's son is younger than me. Like I said, she's my aunt. And I have great-grandkids older than her grandkids. So it's like, he waited way late to have kids. She does have some grandsons that are older. But her granddaughter was late, so. And hopefully it's the last one they have. Because he's old enough to be a grandpa. No. Okay, so now let's figure out how we're going to put it in our spine. So now this is the important part, is to make sure that we have, hi Bonnie, thanks for coming in and watching and kicking out cow patties. So remember I told you this has like a flip right here. And now that we have some material on it, I'm just kind of working that again, just to make sure that it kind of folds there. And actually, before I get too carried away, because this is where I always mess up, and I'll tell you when I mess up. But I want to be able to use my crocodile and punch holes in this. Hi Sue, I saw your beautiful book. I hope it gets sold real quick. I have mine that I need to show and get sold for charity. Okay, so this is I had this template in my box of goodies. Hi Terry, thanks for watching. I have 2 or 3 gallon books of want to do this way. Wow, golden books. Huh, I guess I used gallon books. Yes, it's so fun to do. Don't get scared. The first time, it took me almost a few months to do my first one. Thank you for kicking out my cow patties, Terry. Yes, for anybody who doesn't know, we live on a ranch in Texas. It's a cattle ranch, and there's 4 generations that live on the ranch. So it's me, my daughter, her daughters and son, and then her granddaughters, my great-granddaughter and grandson. So I'm going to use my crocodile to punch the holes in this fabric, because once I put it in, I can't really use it to do the middle. I can do the outside ones, but I can't do the middle. So I'm just kind of lining it up. It wasn't quite long enough, but that's okay. It's a 2-inch spine, and that's what's the important part. I'm just trying to see if I have a clamp over here on my desk, and I thought I did. Here's one right here. So I'm just going to clamp this in right here just so it holds the spot, and I'm just making sure, see, that it can still bend, because that's where my 2 inches are. You have a Nani too? Let's see. It says, I'm a Nani. Oh, you're a Nani. You spell it different, though. I spell mine N-A-W-N-Y because I wanted to be different. I was a grandma. I was a Nani at 32. So I am going to take and use the smallest punch I have on the crocodile. And we'll see if it fits. We will see if it, no, actually I wanted to use this part of it, not this part. Almost didn't get it on the right one. Hopefully it will reach. And if it doesn't reach, I'm just gonna make sure I'm in lineup of, and I'm dyslexic, so I have to do everything like twice or 3 times. And it's the bottom one I need. So since it doesn't quite reach all the way there, I'm just going to go ahead and go as far up as it'll let me go. Well, I need to put my clamp out of the way. So this only goes in 1 inch, so it should go all the way there, but it's not quite going. Oh, it will. I just need to get my hole lined up with my hole. Okay, so I'm going to punch that. So now I have a hole in there, and I'm going to move it over this little clip now, and I'm going to do the other side. And I'm just making sure it lines up. So now we have that one done. And we're going to, I'm going to clip the other side. And like I said, the only reason I'm doing it like this is because I want to have it lined up properly. And with material, sometimes it'll close back up on you really quickly when you sew it in. So now we have those, and I just need to get into this center one. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to reach that one. So I don't know what I'm going to do on that one. Anybody got any suggestions? It almost doesn't fold. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over and making sure I don't clip it. Can you see what I'm doing right here? I'm just folding my spine over and making sure I don't clip it. And then that way it'll reach where I need it to go. If I can get it out. So I was able to do it. And it did move a little bit on me, but that's what we're going to have to live with that. We are going to have to live with that. Oh, that makes me mad though. I'm going to have to put another hole in it. Oh. That makes me mad. A little bit. This is the hardest part, really. Alright, we got that. And I do want it to line up. And I will just glue that other spot. I'm glad you can't see my face, because right now I'm like cringing. Alright, so we got our holes where we need them. I do have an extra hole right there. And that's okay. It really is okay, because I'm going to cover it up. I have extra holes everywhere. Extra holes, which I don't really want. I'm not sure how I got mislined up on the other one. I'm not sure how I get that messed up. All right, so we're gonna put one more hole in. Like I said, we will be able to close them. It will work, because a little bit of glue will make it all work. I promise. I promise, I promise, I promise. I just need to hold it tight enough to get this in the right spot. Tell me Jimmy Lou's not watching. No. Hi, Roberta. I need a big Bertha. I know. It took me forever just to get this one. I'm a girl on Social Security now. When I used to work, I never thought anything of going and getting more stuff. So I'm going to cover on the inside just a little bit of this material, just so I feel comfortable that we won't be able to see it. Because I do have an extra hole there. I feel like I have... What happened to my extra hole? Oh, there's a hole, there's a hole. Man, those holes are just not even lined up. All right, so we are going to put another piece of material across it and glue that in, just so we don't see it. And this side right here is going to go inside, so you won't see it anyways. And I'll put something across that to make it. That's what you're gonna do, is like when you do something different. Actually, I found the little piece. I probably can just stuff it back in there. I can. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, we are gonna glue this on just because I don't want to see all those extra holes. It's like fixing a hole in a pair of jeans, right? And we won't even see it because this is the inside. Liz, they say, do it from the side. I was doing it from the side. You mean like this? Yeah, I was going from the side. I have one hole, I have two holes, I have my hole there, and we have our hole there. It's just this center line here. So let's see if we can make more holes. I do want it to line up though. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take the center hole and go through with my needle. I think it'll be fine with our punch. So now we're gonna glue this onto the book right here. So it'll be on the spine, see what I'm saying? And how it's gonna go like that, and then we'll have our spine, and it'll be a 2-inch spine. So I'm just gonna take a lot of glue right here. And then I saw Jimmy Lou did this trick where she put an extra little piece of chipboard across that, just to give it a little bit more stability. So I'm going to add that. Look, there's that little piece right there. It's on my glue thing. Oh, what a mess, huh? What a mess. I just need something to wipe this off with. Let me get a piece of paper towel. So this is going to be a video on how not to do it. Hi Carolyn, thank you for watching. Did I miss some more comments? So now I'm going to add glue to this one. And we're going to line this up. And I know this is the right way because the words are the right direction. And I'm just going to slide this on. And I'm going to put a clamp on it. And we'll clamp that together. Where's my puppy, Janet? My puppy is out playing with his big brother. And so she doesn't steal all kinds of stuff off of my desk. So that's when my puppy's out. She wants to be in here too, but I want her out right now because she likes to steal stuff. Anybody else have a puppy that steals or a cat? When we lived in our old town, so it was called Silver Lakes, there was a lady in town that she had a cat and she called it Klepto Cat, and he had his own Facebook page, and he would steal stuff and bring it home at night, and he'd bring home some shoes, he'd bring home just all kinds of stuff. And she put it on Facebook and said, anybody missing this shoe? Anybody missing this golf glove? Or anybody missing this? Or it was so fun to have to see what he took home every night. So I'm just making sure that I have this front cover going the same direction. And I do. And we're going to add this piece to the, just like we did on the other side. Move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And we're just going to put this down. And then after we get this done and together, we'll go through the pages that I'm going to put in it. Yeah, your kitty likes to steal, Jill. What does it say? You need some baby wipes. I do have some baby wipes right here. That would have worked really good on my finger, huh? Thank you, Roberta, for telling me I need baby wipes. Yep. So now I'm going to glue this edge to this side, making sure that everything's facing the right direction. And then we'll clamp it. And I probably won't be able to sew it in today. We might have to sew it in on Monday. We'll see if it dries. But it is very humid here. And I'm just lining this up. And we'll see if it holds enough to where we could work with it while we do some other stuff. And if it does, then we'll sew it in. If it doesn't, then we'll have to sew it in on Monday. Here's another clamp. And I'm just trying to make sure everything will still bend like it is. So now we have our spine, and we have our front cover, and we have our back cover. And we still have the foil on both sides. And then after we sew it in, I might put some lace or something. It just depends on what it looks like, you know, when we get it done. So we're going to set this aside for right now, and we'll see if that will set up while we go through all the cute pages that we have. So I'm going to put my sewing kit back for just a minute. And wipe my fingers off, put my lid back on my glue if I have a glue. Thank you, Janet. So we have two signatures we're going to work on. So we have, this is the important part really, is to making sure I keep the signatures in order, because if she wants to read the book, we want them to be, you know, we want the book to be the way it's supposed to go. So we have 2 of these, just trying to make space here. And I am going to put in some envelopes, but I want to do them back to back and make a pocket out of it. So I'm just going to put these 2 together, and then I'll add some glue, and that'll be a nice page. You buy baby wipes by the case? Well, you know, we have enough babies around here. I should be able to go get some. I'm sure they buy, my daughter buys them by the case, I'm sure. But I think I've had these ones for a long time. So we have that. So this will go in one of them. I'm just going to kind of stack. Let's do it this way. So I have the first signature and the second signature. So we'll make one for the first signature. And I'm going to try and do, if I do one in one signature, I'm going to try my best to try and do it in the second signature, or at least comparable. You know, I might not have enough to do everything. So does anybody have plans for this weekend? Janet, are you, do you have your granddaughter today? And how is your, my niece, my aunt lives, I'm her niece. My aunt lives in Virginia. So she is all the way across the country from me. Well, now I'm in the middle, but. So I do have these really cute kind of folders and stuff. And Janet gave me these pictures of her and her granddaughter. So we're going to put these in there, and I'll mat it up really cute. And so I'm just going to add one to each one of our piles. And that'll be in a page inside. And then there's an envelope for that one, and there's envelope. Oh, and you have Porter. That's cool. So she has 2 of her grandkids, looks like. So I have some onion paper, so I'll add onion paper to one, and we'll add onion paper to another one. Let me put my glue cap back on my glue. And then I dyed these coffee filters, and I thought this was kind of cool. It's all the different multiple colors. Oh, you don't? Oh, that's going to be neat, Terry. How old is your dad? Is he totally surprised? So I do have a doily for each page. We'll add that. And I might add another one of these coffee filters because I do have an orange for each one. No school today. Oh. He's 6 already? Wow, that's craziness. And I do have these bags here, so we'll add those. And I have a music note for each one. And here's my paper towel I was looking for. I still can't get that. I don't want to get that dirtiness on the paper, so I'm trying to clean my fingers a little bit. So, and I had some really cute purple paper, and I'm going to put one of those in each one. He'll be 80. Oh, wow. My husband's 83. I can't believe it. And I have these purple ones I'm putting in. And then I have some vellum paper I'm going to put in. And this one has like some soft writing, like you would see a princess maybe writing. And then I have this vellum, and I have this vellum. And I do have a rice paper for one. And I have a different type of rice paper. It's still a rice paper, but it's a little bit different. And I'm going to put that, and it probably will have to get cut down for the other one. And we already put in that. So now I have all of these pages still to work with. So we've got these one and this one. Let me move my glue out of the way. And, oh, I could take this rice paper. This matches that one, so I'll take that and do that. And then We already have a lot of bags, so I do have some more bags, but we'll hold off and see if we need them. And I have this really cute butterfly. I only have one of them, so I'm just gonna put one in one. And I have these beautiful, they're almost the same. Are they the same? These are the same. So I'm only gonna add one. Princess looking in the mirror, so we'll add that one in there. And then all of these downloads I was able to get off of Facebook from free downloads. So I'm gonna add this one here. Keep moving out of the screen here. So this is just a beautiful princess with some roses, and we have this beautiful princess here. Like I said, I have all kinds of princesses I was able to download from Pinterest, and then just free graphics sites that my husband gets. And we'll add that little princess there. We'll add this one over here. And I will do some trimming, don't worry about it. I'm just kind of gathering pages right now. Did I miss any more comments, or they stopped scrolling by? And I have this one. And I like it when I can go searching on the internet for free printables, because then it's like so unique. And then I do have a couple more of these princesses. So I'm going to put her in. And I have a couple of the Little Mermaid princess, and I'm going to put one of those in each one of them. And we have some more princesses in there. This princess here, if I fold her, it's probably going to cut her in half. So I don't like that, so I'm going to hold off on putting that one in. And we'll put this one in. And then we'll do a count and see, you know, how many each one has. So this one has like a Little Mermaid, and it also has some areas to write. So that'll be cute. She can journal in her journal. And then this one, we'll be able to see her tail on one page and the princess on another page. So let's count and see how many pages we have. So I'm going to set the second one off so I don't get them confused, and we will see what we want for our first page. She has the costume of the Little Mermaid. She has them all, I think, and we're printing them out to put inside of here. I think you've given her all of them. So let's find the story. And I kind of think I want the Snow White to be the opening page, because it's the 7 dwarfs, I think. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to set that aside. I'll set these ones over here. And we'll put in a princess here. And my page is 8 inches this way. So I can't have anything bigger than the book. So we'll put that one in, and I think I'll reverse this one so that way we can make pockets out of it. So that's 2. And we can put this rice paper in. So see how this one's way tall? So I'm just going to tear it. Yeah, I said tear it because it's a junk journal after all. So we'll put that one in. I still want to have enough time. Oh, we have 10 more minutes. Hi, Karen. Thank you for jumping on. I kind of wanted to show you, we'll put in this vellum. And then I'm going to add another page of the story, which would be this page. Oh, you got to do it in reverse, so it would be this page. And then I'll add the music notes. And then we'll add this pretty page. And then I'll add this page. And we'll put in the doily. We have this purple. And we can put that in there. And we can put the onion paper in. And we have this beautiful writing right here. And I have this envelope I need to sneak in, so I'll put that right there. And we'll put this orange. I don't know if I want the orange next to that, so I'll put the orange there. And then we got to put this one in, and that'll be okay that it flaps. And actually, I think I'll have it flap onto this one, so this will open up. And then we'll put this and then this. So let's count and see how many we have. And then I'm going to show you, oh, we forgot our, we have to add our Little Mermaid. Okay, so this is one of the signatures. There'll be two of them. So obviously we're not going to get them sewed in today. And we still have two of these papers. Let me put these two back to back, and then we'll slide this in. Maybe I'll have that as a center. That'll be pretty. That will make a beautiful center to the journal. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 pages, which is just perfect for a signature. And it's going to be a big one. So I am going to clamp it, and on Monday, we'll build the second signature, and we'll sew them in. So I'm just, oops, trying to clamp it. I'm trying to clamp it. And I'll get all of this lined up and cut down to make sure it fits. And that'll give the weekend for this to really sit and cure. So we'll be able to work it. You made a Cinderella book for your granddaughter? That's cool. I love that. Cinderella. I think I have a couple of Cinderella pictures and a couple of different ones to put in here. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to kind of show you all of the little things that I've been dyeing. So let me just scoot back, and I'll grab my stack of stuff, and I'll move this over. And I'm not going to have a sale today because Jimmy Lou has her sale on Fridays. But on Monday, we're going to sell all of this stuff. So I'm going to put you back up so you can see me for the last 6 minutes. And just going to kind of show what I'm going to have on sale on Monday. So this is some of my red dirt stained paper. I stain it every one by hand. So I have those. And then I have stained red dirt lace that we stained, and everything will be tagged, and it already is tagged. And then I have some handkerchiefs that have been red stained, and those will be up on sale. And then I have a lot of cheesecloth that's been stained, red dirt stain, and it really makes it a nice pretty salmon color, almost like a little bit of a pink. And then I have some lace, and I left a couple of them whole, so we'll have that for sale. And then I have this beautiful, beautiful lace that's kind of like a gauze with flowers on it, and I stained that. So those will be for sale. And I have some more pretty lace here that'll be for sale. And then I have beautiful lace that has these beautiful flowers on it, and that stains really nice. And that'll be up for sale. And then I have this really pretty chiffon, and this was a really white chiffon, and it stained beautifully. So I have some of that. And this is some gauze I have that we'll have up for sale. And we'll do that Monday. And then I do have some feed bags still. So I have this style and I have this style, and which is a different, it's out of a different material, but it has a beautiful horse on it. And these are great to make covers out of. And then I have this style feed bag, of brown ones. So on Monday we'll have a sale. We'll sew in the signatures and then we'll have a sale. And we'll go from there and see if I can kind of do this signature here real quick before I have 4 more minutes. So we have to get our story in line. And you have to remember to take it backwards, you know, because you want the story to be, you know, correct. You don't want her to read the story and go, hey, that's out of order. So we'll put that one in, and I'm not going to do it exactly the same way, but I'm going to try and put in as many pages and sort of the same. I know I moved the camera up and you can't see, huh? So we'll do that. And when I'm putting a paper back to back, I'll only count it as one paper. But if I have a separate one, then it'll be 2. So I'll move that. We have this rice paper, which I'll cut down. And I think I'll put this belt. Like I said, I'm not going to put it exactly the same as I had the other one, but I'm going to put it kind of close. They won't be exactly the same. I can't get this vellum to open up. So I really appreciate everybody watching, and I hope Janet enjoys the journey of being kind of involved in building this beautiful memory for, you know, I keep telling her, I said, you're not going anywhere, but she's just worried, and she wants to be able to have her granddaughter know how much she loves her, and she's gonna know. But you never know. So I'm just gonna put that there, and I think I'll put this butterfly in here. And like I keep taking it off of the camera, huh? And I think I'll add this doily right there. And then we'll add this onion paper. And we have this princess. And then we have this purple. Maybe I'll add this because that matches that really pretty. And then we have our last page. So we got our 2 signatures kind of built. And I might make some, oh, we still have to put these 2 things in. So we'll stick this one right here. What happened here? What happened with this one? We'll put this right here. And then we'll try and find a place to tuck, because we got to tuck in that, and we'll have this flap going again. So there we go. So now we have our second signature built, and I'll get this clamped, and it's my hour is up. I only like to try and keep my videos at an hour. And I just really want to thank everybody for coming on, and I will be back on Monday at 2 o'clock Central Time. And Janet, that's 3 o'clock your time. And I just hope that you have a message from Subi. So I'll have to go back and read all my messages. I'm sure I missed a couple of them. But I just really am so thankful that you guys all came on today and watched me. And I hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. And everybody, I'm honored to be doing this for my aunt. And I just love, and I talk to you guys all soon. Thank you for crafting with Nani. Have a good weekend, everybody.